Hello there, pumpkins. Very common question I get asked. Hey, if the gold ETF approval pumped up gold, then why won't we get it for Bitcoin? Because with Bitcoin, it's huge, right? And I can show you on the gold chart what actually happened, friends. So you had the gold ETF approval, and then yay, you went up like 3-4x. But if you've been watching, I don't know you have, family friendly show, friends, I told you during the gold ETF run, we got revealed in the GFC that one gentleman who went through Goldman Sachs' 40,000 pages, he found out that Goldman Sachs were 2x short the entire world supply of gold. It got revealed here. So what that means is, as gold started rocketing, clearly they did an emergency when this happened, friends. When this happened, they were like, get short, get short, get short, get short. They just collect all the demand and don't get out of your position. Keep getting short. So it's just to tell you, right? Back then, 20 years ago, gold went up and it spooked the government. Obviously, you know, friends, it's not even conspiracy anymore. Don't even use that word. It's true. We found out the evidence. The US Fed has private owners. You don't know all of them. You're not allowed to know all of them. But common knowledge is there's JP Mosquito and Goldman Sachs are part of the private owners. There's other ones as well. There's the family names I won't mention. Now, clearly, the US Fed, because they want to keep control of the population through the currency and the money, what they have to do is they got to make sure that the gates are shut. And part of that process means you can't see another currency pumping. Gold was that currency. And back then, it got out of hand. If I was to speculate, now this is speculation. I'm just guessing. When they did the gold ETF, they didn't do their research properly. Because it's 2003. And what happened was, they probably saw gold ETF had just a freaking enormous demand. It was much bigger than they thought. And of course, this brought problems because the price started going up. Now, we know, this is like, friends, I'm speculating, but we know it's true, man. Why would Goldman Sachs put on a short position and collect 2 times the world international supply of gold in there? It was either the circulating or whatever it was. It doesn't matter. Basically, they were cheating, right? Why would they be able to do that? It's because they were told to do that. It's because in the backgrounds, they were told, do this, do this, do this. Don't worry, we'll make you pay a fine. But it doesn't even matter, the fine. Friends, this is what you don't get. They pay a fine in fiat that they got given for the money to be printed anyway. It's literally, I am the monopoly money bank, and I give you a $1,000 note, and I say, hey, pay me $1,000 in a fine. Okay, give it back to me. And it just that's what it looks like to the population. This is exactly what happened. Not even like a theory or speculation. No, it actually really happened. So with the Bitcoin ETF, now we're seeing this emergency news, friends, just to like show you. This is breaking my heart to tell you, like absolutely breaking news, but pathetic to see. Roca Negra is seeding their Bitcoin ETF with a tiny $10 million. Oh, 10 million. Please, friends, I'm telling you, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? I don't want to be right. I don't care. I'm here to make money. So we're not short or out yet. We just, for them to form the trap, they got to give you some carrot on a stick first. Okay? So we were told there's going to be $9 trillion of assets coming from Roca Negra into Bitcoin. And then I said, firstly, that's a lie. Secondly, it's 1% of 9 trillion, which is 90 billion. And thirdly, I go, these people aren't buying shit. They leave limit orders. They don't come market buy. It's all FOMO trash. And they know it. These are the people who are laggards and skeptics. My baby doll butterscotch biscuit friends. These are laggards and skeptics. They are literally Peter Schiff. They watched it at $1. Now it's at 40K. They don't care. They're still not buying. Do you understand? They've lived their whole life without it. They get power elsewhere. And they just don't like the tech. They think Bitcoin sucks. I know you don't like hearing that, but you ever try to use it? It takes 2 hours to send anything. And you can't buy some proper juicy JPEGs on it. You got to do some weird stuff. So you can see now there's a problem here. The problem is the laggards and skeptics are in, but people like Plan B are saying, early innovator, we're just going to start just 2% of the world population. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You serious? You think the government allowing boomers to buy is early innovator? What the fuck is Roger Ver's $1 buy then? Max Kaiser $1. Okay, so Max and Roger buying at $1. Okay, what are you? You're just a nobody. And then Michael Saylor leverage buying at $60K, $60,000, literally 60,000x higher. Yep, you're early. You're an early innovator, my friend. A country adopted it, man. You get to see, friends, his gold ETF. Yeah, he pushed up gold, but from those revealings of Goldman slugs in the midst of the GFC when they went bankrupt, they had to get bailed out. We saw that, all right, clearly they panicked. That's why they were short so much. That's what they do, friends. The government, they're smart. They're all investment bankers and bankers. They have their Fed guys. They know things move in cycles, and they know all they have to do, they have to try absorb as much of the demand as they can. So there's going to be like a 3-month window of this is in crypto, right? But it goes for like 3 years in other markets. And they're like, crap, we've got to absorb as much demand as we can. So they let their cronies go and break the rules, and then they just pay the fine later. But guess what? Like I said, they're paying the fine in money that they received from the money printer anyway. It's self-circular. It's a big club of insiders. You and I aren't invited. Okay, we're not invited. We'll never be invited. We're literally outsiders, friends. They are bug eaters. They're the bug eater overlords. You see it. They've been telling us about it. It's called the Great Reset. Well, you think it was just a magical campaign out of nowhere? Wow, that was kind of great. No, they're telling you, man, we're going to reset the currency because we printed so much money. Things are about to blow again, and we don't want to risk a power structure move. So we're going to keep you subdued before you guys have a revolution and figure out what's going on. Because there's too many poor people now. They know there's too many poor people, friends. Poor in power, poor in time, poor in everything else. They know we can't do anything. So this gold ETF, yes, gold got pumped 3 or 4x. Good luck if that happens in Bitcoin. Now, by the way, here's the funny part. Bitcoin, let's say when it starts trading, it's actually like 40K. It starts first thing. Let's say, because it might trade in 60 days from now, from the approval. Well, here's the thing, man. A 3 to 4x from 40K is like 120 to 160K. Yeah, or he might do a 2 or 3x for the first burst up. He might do a double. If we go back to the chart, you can see its first rally before things stalled, right? You can actually come and see gold. It gets approved, okay? And then the first rally here is, you can actually have a look here, get the ruler out. We can see, yay. There you go, it's a 2x. How about this? This is monthly, friends. Maybe this is actually what happens. It's funny. We get like a 2x rally eventually. If it gets approved at 40K, you get a 2x from that, 80, there you go. It'd be fascinating if that actually happens. I'm going to draw it again just to show you. This is crazy too. If you do where the approval happens and you go up to here, that's like a 2.5x. This is like a 2x, 2.5x. Do the numbers, right? If you go to Bitcoin, for example, and you go say, okay, if you are approved around the 40K, I'm just playing around with numbers here. There you go. There's your 2x, 2.5x. There's your 80K to your like 96K. Even if we get 100 or 120, please, friends, do you really want to believe that there's never going to be a Bitcoin bear market ever again after everything we went through? Seeing how weak hands are, knowing that Rocca Negra was buying in 2022 now confirmed, knowing that the insiders who knew an ETF was coming were not only buying up Bitcoin, but promoting the FUD to help crush the industry at the same time so they could accumulate more. It's not even, I want to make this up, okay? So I want you to think long and hard, family-friendly show. Just think about what's going on. But think about the messenger here. I'm the messenger, I'm your friend. Other cucks who hear this message, they'll hunch their backs. They'll drink a lot of soy, and they're not wearing fluffy slippers. Their slippers are very tarnished, brown and crumpled, okay? Ours are nice and fluffy. And, I mean, look at the cuteness of these. Look at these nice, cute and fluffy threads. These are the slippers of champions, okay? They're actually bulls, okay? Himalayan bulls. Now, look, these guys coming, they're going to get wrecked. And it's probably those sideline people right now. So like I said, Fritz, you can hear this information. I know in my heart, 70% odds. Even though I'm like, yeah, I'm the first person to start talking about it, who invented it, who made all of it up. I can see all of the puzzle, the pieces moving. I hope it's wrong, because I just want to make money with you. I don't really care. We're long. Okay, so at the end of the day, do you want to be right or do you want to make money? I don't care if there's a trophy waiting for me at the end. I don't care, because you're going to have to protect yourself. That's it. So the people who hear this, they're going to stay on the sidelines. Luckily for us, if you watch my channel, I've shown you so many examples in the past. Before the big fat crashes of the stock market, there is a nice, enticing euphoria every single time. It's almost like to bring the most pain, humans must first be given hope and euphoria one way to let their guards down, which makes sense. It's basically your shield, like you're shielding all the FUD. But then if you're like, oh, there's no more FUD, let me put my shield down. And then an arrow comes. That's exactly what happens. It's famous stock market. We had the roaring 20s. You look past in history, that's what happens. Yeah, the tech boom before the big busts. GFC was a collapse. You know what I mean? Every single time, the charts say the same things. We're going up only. People believe it's up only forever, and then things turn around. It just so happens I'm putting these pieces of the puzzle together that match the charts. This is once in a generation. You don't get this often. And let me tell you something. You only need to get it once. You don't need to keep doing this over and over again. Like, we're not going to get the next one. Who knows? You never be guaranteed that you'll be blessed to do it. So I'm just begging you, get long, right? I'm not a financial advisor. Get long, go buy crypto. It's going to be fine until it's not. So the trap is coming somewhere. But to get the trap, they've got to get people in. Just remember, people who were buying in the bear market, they got really good average position prices. Real good. And they don't look good right now, but they're going to look real good in the next crash. They're going to look real good because you're going to realize, yeah, if you drop 70% from Bitcoin's 120K, it brings us back to 36K. Ouch. Think about that. Imagine it's 2026 and we're 36K. You're like, no, how can that happen? Well, Bitcoin happened, man. We dropped the 4-year cycle where we only go up every 4 years was a myth. We dropped for 5-6 months under 20K last year. So the 4-year moving average got crushed as well, friends. So I put all the pieces of the puzzle here. Now it's in your hands just to think about, okay, how are you going to play it? What are you going to do? We're going to do our best in this bull market. We just know that we're in the then they fight you phase. And it really does mean that, okay? Gold ETF, Bitcoin ETF, all the signs are saying one thing. You got to be long. You got to be strong. You got to get in before the masses do. Once they're in, they might be in a bit too euphoric with a bit too much money, and they might be a bit earlier than you expect. That's why the people who are truly prepared and ready for this, they're going to reap the biggest rewards. And everybody else waiting for confirmation, they're going to have a big fat red candle sticking down their throat later on. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Tell mum and dad to keep the slippers very fluffy. Catch you soon.